Hi YouTube, what's up? It's the millennial teacher again, and I'm here talking about the 3 books I think you should not get rid of after you graduate college. As an elementary ed major, everybody knows you have lots of books that you get, and everybody tells you to save all of your books. And if you're anything like me, I hate having lots of stuff around that I don't use. So I don't want to have a whole bunch of books sitting around that I'm never going to look at again after a class is over. But here are some books that I think that you can actually use and are useful when you're working in the classroom. So book number 1 would definitely have to be The Understanding by Design Guide to Creating High Quality Units. This is by Grant Wiggins and McTighe. This is a book that during the class I kind of hated, but this book is really useful because it forces you to think about things when you're designing and creating units for your classroom that you might not have thought about before, and are really important to creating a unit that's well-rounded and meets all of the necessary things in order to create complete understanding for your students. Book number 2. Oh, everything's falling. Book number 2. This is a giant binder. No, I'm just kidding. This is the loose leaf version of Teaching Children to Read. The Teacher Makes the Difference. And this is actually published by Pearson. They publish a couple of curriculums that a lot of school districts use. This book, another one that is a little dry, and I thought, oh my god, this is the longest book ever. I will never finish it during the class, but this book has made me such a better reading teacher. And I know that there are tons of really great reading instruction books out there. This was a book that was assigned for a class that I thought I wasn't going to get anything out of, and it was just going to be super boring, but it actually helped me a lot, especially the parts about phonics and all the different names for all of those parts, the digraph, the diphthong, keeping all of those straight, if you remember those classes, is pretty hard. And that book does a really good job of that. Now, book number 3, my favorite book of all the ones that I'm going to show you today. Behavior Intervention Manual. Goals, Objectives, and Intervention Strategies. Edited by Samm and House. We had to have this book for a class on it was kind of a special ed driven class focusing on behavior challenges in the classroom. This book is a lifesaver. So this isn't like your traditional kind of PD book where you're gonna read it, maybe look at the table of contents, read the chapters that are interesting to you. This book has a list, the table of contents at the front of the book, and it has literally every single behavior you could ever think of. And under each of those behaviors in the book, it has a list of what you can do to help them. Pick one out. But I thought, oh, these are really depressing. One of my favorites. Blurts out answers without being called on. I think everybody that has been a teacher or worked in a school or been in a classroom has experienced this. So when you look at the behavior, it's up here. Then it has goals. The student will answer only when called on. The student will communicate with others in an acceptable manner in the classroom. The student will work quietly in the classroom. then the objectives, and you can literally have your numbers of times that you want them to do this and fill them in like that. You can use these and modify them however you need to, but they're great jumping off points when you're trying to figure out how to deal with specific behaviors with specific students in your classroom. And after the objectives, they have the actual interventions, like what is it that you should try or you can try to do for that student. And of course, you don't have to follow the book exactly. They're just great ideas and jumping off points for how you can handle it in the future, and you can change it however it works for you. But this book is gigantic, ginormous, huge, and full of the best stuff ever. So that is all for my 3 books that I think that you should save from your time as an elementary ed major. You might not have these books, but I'd be curious to see other people respond to this and see what books that you thought were really useful when you were in college. So if you want to, comment down below, and I'll talk to y'all later. Also, I want to just excuse the trash bags in the background. I am currently moving to Seattle. If you guys follow me on Instagram, then you might have seen some of my packing, and that's kind of like my whole wardrobe over there in those trash bags. So, sorry about that.